So, Ratu, welcome to Glasgow. What are your first impressions?
Mate, it's cold. Yeah, and people here are really friendly. Had a bit of a wander around town, and yeah, everyone's just sort of telling us, where to go and what to do. So it's a pleasant surprise. It's good.
So you've come from Australia. You were playing in the Shoot Shield.
Yep.
Last year. What made you sign for Glasgow?
Mate, I just had some footage that I put together, and one of my teammates from Sydney, Big Stevie Findlay, actually posted it up onto social media, and the club just got a hold of it, and yeah, so here we are.
It's not your first experience of professional rugby. You spent time with the Brumbies.
Yeah, yeah. So the Brumbies I did last year, and it was the same sort of thing. I'm from a rugby league background. Again, put together some footage. And then Steve Larkham, managed to get a hold of it, and I did the whole year with the Brumbies, learning how to play, and that was a really good experience. So I was really grateful for all of that. So yeah, it was a good year last year, and good to be able to learn the game under such a good environment, really professional.
You spent some time with some big name players in your time with the Brumbies. What have they taught you, and what have they taught you about the 15s game as opposed to league?
Mate, the culture I think was the biggest thing, and you've got the majority of the team are all Wallabies boys, so just the training ethic and a lot of the structures for me personally, just learning the differences between league and rugby union, but to learn it at such a steep level, with the international quality of all the players and the coaching staff as well. So I think just the work ethic and just the structures at such a high level, it was really sort of thrown in the deep end. So a bit of a blessing in disguise to be able to learn so much so quick.
You mentioned your league background. You spent time with the West Tigers with Tangeli, who Warriors fans will know very well. Did you speak to him about your move?
I did, yeah. He sort of shared a little bit on my social media, and he got wind of it and gave me a call straight away as he saw it from over in Japan. So just gave me some advice on what to expect, and I think the funniest thing again was from what he said was it's just cold. That was the hardest thing for him to adjust to, but the same thing was that the people here are just so friendly, and the club is such a good culture here, and he really enjoyed his time here. So I really appreciated getting the call from him to share a little bit. I hadn't spoken to him for a while since we'd sort of had that time at the West Tigers together.
You spent some time playing sevens as well. What does that bring to your game?
Mate, that was a total different beast. I did get to sign a part-time deal with the Aussie Sevens, and just learning the differences in how to utilise space, and use the speed of the ball, and I guess your own sort of speed to utilise space and overlaps and things like that. But it's totally different from 15s. But again, grateful for that opportunity to be able to learn a little bit more and expand my knowledge of rugby. Because like I said, I'm from a rugby league background, so whatever sort of knowledge I could take on board was is only going to be beneficial in my eyes.
Talk about the speed of the ball there. Warriors fans like to see fast rugby. They like to see quick ball. Is that something that you bring? How would you describe your game? What kind of game do you like to play?
Coming from a rugby league background, I played predominantly sort of fullback, so it's looking for space and where to inject yourself. So one of the things that I've found with playing on the wing in rugby union is just looking for your opportunities and your players to play off, identifying who is sort of like has a good carry and who you could sort of run off and just you sort of strike players to follow around. So I think that'll be my strength is size and speed, and just looking to bring that X factor and break the game sort of open. So have had a little bit of an opportunity to watch some of the games back in Australia, and it's interesting to see the style of rugby that's played here. I think I would have personally thought from the weather side of things that it'd be not as expansive as it is, but from everything that I've seen, there's a lot of opportunity to be able to exploit space and look for where to inject yourself.
How excited are you to get out there at Scotstoun and play in front of the Glasgow Warriors fans?
Mate, it's been a real long time coming to kick off a professional career. So one step at a time. That is obviously the goal. Not here to just muck around and so I'll be honest about that. That's definitely an exciting prospect to think about. But at the same time, it's just doing whatever's necessary to, to make that possible.